This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, July the 12th, 1994, 1 month before the infamous baseball strike of 94 happened, they went to play the All-Star game here in Pittsburgh at Three Rivers Stadium. Theodore Gaston and Jim Fregosi were the opposing managers because the league champions from the previous year, Toronto and Philadelphia, their managers would become the managers of all that. Pittsburgh had for the fourth time the All-Star game, 1944, 1959 at Forbes Field, in 1974 at Three Rivers. So they would do such a thing and all that. And this would be the inaugural telecast for the Baseball Network, the joint venture between ABC and NBC with Major League Baseball, and ruining CBS's chances for baseball, nationally televised baseball. The strange thing is that, CBS had nationally televised games like in May and June of early 93, but there was no network TV of baseball until this All-Star game, which was kind of pathetic. This was the first time NBC got baseball back since 1989, after being the lead network for baseball from 1947 to 1989. They lost the bid to CBS, who bid allegedly $1 billion for a 3-year contract, and then they lived to regret it. So, 4 years, pardon. So anyway, yeah, this was huge. So the game was ready to go. So the starting lineups were this. The American League had Robbie Alomar at second base, Wade Boggs of the Blue Jays, Wade Boggs of the Yankees at third base, Ken Griffey Jr. of the Mariners at center, Frank Thomas of the White Sox at first, Joe Carter, Blue Jays left fielder, Kirby Puckett, Twins right fielder, Cal Ripken Jr., Orioles shortstop, Pudge Rodriguez, catcher from the Rangers, and Jimmy Key, former Blue Jay, now New York Yankee. The National League went with Greg Jeffries at first base. Greg Jeffries, Brills? He was an all-star starter from the Cardinals. Tony Gwynn of the Padres in center field. Barry Bonds of the Giants in left field. Mike Piazza at catcher from the Dodgers. Matt Williams, third baseman from the Giants. David Justice, right fielder from Atlanta. Phillies second baseman Mario Duncan. Cardinals shortstop Ozzie Smith. And the great Greg Maddux pitching. So it was a great time and all that. And the legendary Meatloaf sang the U.S. national anthem. Of course, Meatloaf passed away this year. Willie Stargell throughout the ceremonial first pitch. The American League got past Maddux, who was still Greg Maddux. After a double by Ken Griffey Jr., Boggs was on third base. Frank Thomas hit a line drive shot off the glove of Tony Gwynn to score Boggs and move Griffey to third. But Maddux saved his butt by stabbing Joe Carter's line drive up the middle, and then threw the first to double off Frank Thomas. The National League scored off of Key after a double by Greg Jeffries and a sac fly by Barry Bonds, who was booed by the Pittsburgh fans because, he was a star for Pittsburgh and left for San Francisco. The NL thought they had everything going. They were up 4-1 after the third inning. David Cohn of the Royals would pitch. Jeff Bagwell hit a single. Greg Jeffries was hit by a pitch. Tony Gwynn ripped a double to score both Bagwell and Jeffries. Mike Piazza would score an RBI single to help Gwynn get in, and it's 4-1. And it looked pretty good, though, too. Ken Hill was pitching great for the Expos and for the National League in the All-Star game. In the sixth inning, the AL faced former Pittsburgh star ace Doug Drabek, who was playing for Houston. Roberto Alomar got a base hit, stole second, and scored on a Ken Griffey Jr. single. Second RBI for Griffey. Frank Thomas singled. And then when Matt Williams threw a terrible throw to try to get Joe Carter out, Thomas scored. Carter then came home thanks to Kirby Puckett with his RBI single. The score tied 4-4. Marcus Grissom came up against Randy Johnson. How ironic, the Expos got Marquise Grissom against the former Expo, Randy Johnson. So Randy Johnson threw a nice pitch, but unfortunately Marcus Grissom did hit pole off the right field foul line, foul pole, and they were up 5-4. Ozzie Smith almost hit a All-Star Game home run, but he missed the left field foul pole by a few feet. The NL were up by 1, and the Astros closer John Hudek came in, gave up a single to Pudge Rodriguez and a walk to Texas's Mickey Tittleton. Then Chuck Knobloch thought he had a single. Well, Knobloch played for the Twins, but Ozzie Smith made a great play for the Force. Danny Jackson came into the game for the NL and could not do anything. Scott Cooper hit an RBI double and a 2-run single by Kenny Lofton of the Indians. Yeah, I know I said that name, but that's the way it is. So it looks like the American League were going to win this World Series. And again, the National League had not won a World Series. Had not won an All-Star game since 1987 when they had that 2-0 13-inning game. Pat Hankin and Wilson Alvarez did well in relief. And now Lee Smith, the legendary Lee Smith, would be ready to go. Who was playing for Baltimore. He walked Grissom. Then got Biggio to hit a sharp grounder to Scott Cooper. Unfortunately, Cooper bobbled it. And they got 1 out. Fergozzi decided to pinch hit and give Fred McGriff of the Braves some time, an All-Star game at bat. He came in to play with a tying run, and then Lee Smith had a key splitter, but McGriff drove it to center field stands, and Bob Costas was just shocked. It was 4-4. So the National League had tied the game. Well, not 4-4, sorry, 7-7. So the National League had won it. Now, we were on to the 10th inning. The American League couldn't do anything, but Jason Beret of the White Sox came in. Tony Gwynn hit a single through the box with no one out. Moises Alou then hit a double off of Beret, and it sure hit the wall. Gwynn wasn't going to stop. Tony Gwynn raced all the way around the plate to the plate, and Pudge Rodriguez body tagged him out. Nope. He just survived. Tony Gwynn did it. It was huge and all that. And the National League, for the first time in 7 years, had won the All-Star game. It was amazing to see the National League just put it all out on the field and win this 10th inning game. It was amazing. All the Expos who were on the game actually started to be pretty good for themselves and all that. Fred McGriff was named the All-Star Game MVP, and baseball seemed to forget about their problems. Unfortunately, a month later, the strike happened, so shit. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond, I do.